Welcome, Dune lovers. Everyone needs a deep desert base, especially if you're a solo player. And I'm here today to explain why do you need the deep desert base, how to easily construct it, and what to put minimally in to make it work, and also a little cheesy farming trick that might actually be illegal. Let's start with the why a deep desert base, and it has everything to do with this medium spice refinery, which is extremely expensive to construct. It costs 300 plus titanium ingots. You already need stravidium and titanium to actually make those. Silicone blocks, 135 spice melanges. That thing is crazy. But if you actually build it here in the deep desert, then building cost is halved. What you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a normal spice refinery in your Haga Basin base. This one then, though, takes 100 spice sand for one single melange. That means 10,000 spice sand to already make 100 melanges. Well, the medium refinery only needs 75 spice per melange, which means with 7,500 spice sand, I'm already getting the 100. Significant save in time and materials. Considering that stuff later costs, 54 melanges, 50, you get the drift. You want this building. There's actually no option to get the medium spice refinery because it makes everything so much better, easier, faster progress. And since in the deep desert building costs are halved, I also only need 143 plus titanium ingots and also only 68 spice melanges, a grand total then of 6,800 spice instead of 13,500 spice already, only to make this medium spice refinery. And later, you also would like to have the large spice refinery, which is 1,000 melanges. Yeah, we never want to make more than 500, seriously. I don't want to live in this game, right? Now we're going to break down the process step by step and also all the materials that you actually need to build what we have here. And for this, let me actually present you the base. We get the medium spice refinery together with a large wind trap on top. That needs 7 generators to be fueled, together with 2 storage, so I can pull things out of my ornithopter easy back and forth. And then also 2 water cisterns, which are consistently getting filled by the wind trap. Technically, you could also just bring water back and forth from your main base, but that takes time and is super annoying. Or we could be working with Fremen death stills, but then you also have to bring bodies back and forth all the time. Therefore, it's just a wind trap, which gets filled with filters, and we're done. And if your cisterns are actually full and you don't have time to play right now, then turn off the wind trap, easy peasy. And then as you make your spice, you activate the wind trap again. Now, in order to make all of this, we'll need 300 plastone or granite if you want to build with this, 60 steel and 30 silicone, then 20 iron ingots, 120 dur aluminium for the large wind trap with the silicone blocks, the spice melange, and the servox. Then we're going to build 5 filters. You need more dur aluminium for this. 7 generators, that's a lot of salvage metals, and then bring as much fuel cells you need to actually get it up to those 7 days runtime. And we'll want to have 143 plus titanium ingots with 113 silicone blocks, 68 spice melange, and 50 complex machinery. It does sound like a lot, but you'll most likely have tons of these resources already, and I managed in 3 hours to get all of this together. Now let's go for the easy step-by-step construction progress, and then also for that illegal farming trick. Step 1, build yourself a normal fabricator, because that's the only building which has the Solido replicator in it. With this Solido fabricator, you can already pre-construct your 3x3 building that we'll build in the deep desert. It only gets the outer shell of the building. It does not get you the inside, so the actual machinery. We still have to handishly put that in. Find yourself a flat space in the Haga Basin. Pop a normal subfief console down and build that 3x3 2-high building. And then scan it down with your Solido fabricator. Next, we're going to load our ornithopter, and we have to do 2 trips. 1 trip won't be enough. You want to start with the iron ingots, also the steel, and then put in the filters, servox, dur aluminium ingots, and the silicone block, plus the spice melange and the plastone. With this, we can construct the building, get the wind trap up, water storage, chests, and with a 120 salvage steel, you already get all the energy. Bam! Your base is operational. Don't forget your fuel cells, and in the second run, we can get the rest. Now we'll jump up on the top here and fly over to the deep desert. And keep in mind here, we want to go to a specific tile for that nasty little farm trick on the side. I'm currently here, A3, and found myself right away a research station. On top, I got a bundle of fuel cells next to me. That doesn't hurt as well. Land your ornithopter, Grab the salvaged metal from the inventory, pull out your construction tool, and plop down a normal subfief console. Make sure to find a rather flat spot. And since the normal subfief is so small, move your stupid console to the side. Pull out your replicator tool. Boom. That's going to be my building. Now you can fly your ornithopter inside of the building bounce. Because your console does actually have storage, in case you didn't know this. Manage, storage, and you could plop over to the scout ornithopter and already start pulling out the plastone. Because otherwise, you just don't have enough inventory space to carry everything around with you at any given time. Boom, plastone here too. And now I can just construct away with my normal construction tool, instead of having to build this every single time. Nah. We're saving ourselves some time for being efficient. Keep in mind that your replicators diminish from a one-time use. So what I did, I made 4 replicators already that have this building design in them. Otherwise, I'd have to make a replicator on the base every single time anew. Kinda annoying. Good, the building is done. Mingle over to your console, storage again, and pull in the iron ingots. Because with the iron ingots, we can make ourselves now 2 chests. So we don't have to dingle-dangle between things anymore. Boom, ornithopter, and we can pull that thing empty. Perfection. One side of the building is going to get all the energy. In order to get them all in, we're going to build double roll. 1 in front, 1 in the back. 3. For 4. And number 5 at the end. Now we're just missing 2 more of these. And for this, we're just going to construct 2 floors on top of the generators. 6 and 7. The large wind trap we'll just put on the top of the building. And then you can also pick up your subfief console and just move it inside of your base. Because we don't want to walk to every generator and deposit our cells in it now. We'll just go for this and refuel all generators we want. My base is running, and I'll just bring more fuel cells to run it even more. Then we can construct the 2 water cisterns in the corner and already get the particulate filters inside your wind trap. Plug it, and it runs for a day and 11 hours, giving us tons of water. And the only thing that's missing now, our medium spice refinery, right in that corner. If you have an assault ornithopter, you could make it in 1 run. But I just assume most of us just have a scout ornithopter flying around and don't have the assault build yet. Load your ornith full with the rest of the items, and if you want to, you could also grab a couple of decaliter johns, fill them up with a 10,000 water, so you have right away the water capacity to actually start turning spice into the melange. And hell, if you have spice flying around, take it with you. We're back in our deep desert base. Ornithopter, pull out the rest of the things plus the spice sand. Construction tool, bam! That's it, medium spice refinery. And now with that 750 spice sand, we could already make ourselves 10 melanges instead of only getting 7 out of it. Take my decaliter john, deposit the required water, and let's go. It does also work way faster than the normal refinery. Now, what about our little dirty farm trick and why we build actually really close to this research station? The big blueprint chest in here takes 30 minutes to respawn. Now I'll just waltz in, get my loot, a new weapon, spiced your aluminium, and whatever I feel like. And now I'll log out, do some work, watch a movie, play with the kids and the wife, and 30 minutes later, I log back in to get the loot again, and again, and again, and again. And while you're studying, while you're doing whatever. Now, is that the fine English way of using game mechanics? Probably not. Feels a little bit illegal, but it's an option. Now, a final warning, because I feel like I need to repeat this. I said it at the beginning, but I'll repeat it again. The Coriolis storm every week wipes the deep desert. For me, on Monday, I will destroy this base, load everything back into the ornithopter, bring it back to the Haga Basin, and then after the Coriolis storm wiped everything, I come back to reconstruct my little tiny base here. It sounds tedious, but you only have to do this once per week. And for the amount of spice melange that you get bonus, do you really want to do this? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I could convince you to build your own little base here in the deep desert. And as you then have 500 melanges to expand it with a large spice refinery, because that one actually only takes 50 instead of 75 per melange. If you're now looking for an armor guide or a solo deep desert, how to actually deep desert, there you go. Enjoy.